stealth.
And this way now, please, for the Wall of Death. This is the Wall of Death show calling for our very next action-packed performance here today. Thrills without spills, we hope on the inside. It's a mile a minute, it's a thrill a second, it's the sensation of the century. Step up, step on now. Ladies, gentlemen, boys and girls. The famous Wall of Death. Right this way now.
Crewman in the door, I can see his safety strap. Excellent, excellent. A few was one of two helicopters that were a result of the joint decision between England and France to make helicopters. One was the Puma, the other was the Gazelle, both were in service.
Right this way now, please, for the Wall of Death. This is the Wall of Death show calling. You're just in time, step up to the box office now, please.
Wonderful sight and wonderful sound. Absolutely. Japan and then supposedly crash land in China. And used in every theatre and used right up until the 1950s. And some were in service as troop transport right into the 1960s.
Particular and a glorious sound from those radial engines.
Seen the twin-tail, twin-engine, but there's very much a gull wing, isn't it? So you have the centre section droops down to meet the fuselage. Sorry, I'm going to correct myself. It's inverted gull wing. This leaves the engines a little bit higher than they would have been normally, so that you can get a bigger propeller on them. As you see there, what great manoeuvrability this aeroplane has.
This is the Wall of Death show calling for our very next performance here today. Step up, step forward now.
Now the aeroplane today is being flown by Rob Rickloff and Gerard Bogray. We also have Paul van der Ven and Martin Weinberg. And I apologise to any Dutch people here for my terrible pronunciation. Also, you see as it goes past, it has a position in the tail for the tail gunner, glaze nose for bomb aimer, and also one machine gun was fitted in there. Many of them had a turret either halfway down the fuselage or just behind the cockpit, and of course there were side positions in the fuselage to shoot there as well.
Yeah, in fact, a crew of 6, one pilot, one co-pilot, navigator, bombardier, turret gunner and engineer, radio operator, wedge gunner, tail gunner, as you say. 20,000 pounds backs all up weight. That's quite a heavy aircraft. Correct, I'm sorry, that was the entry weight, the maximum takeoff weight. I thought that was a bit low, 35,000 pounds. Correct.
This particular aircraft was delivered as 44-29507 in 1945. However, it was stored until April 1958. It was eventually sold on for the grand total of $1,398.
I mean, this is the star of the Duke of Brabant Air Force, wasn't it?
It was, yes. It's now part of the Netherlands. As I said, they remained in service. I mean, the Dutch were still using them in 1954.
Struggling to fly the display sequence as accurately as possible while the non-flying pilot is busy operating things like the gear, the flaps, the power, radio and so on. There we are, ladies and gentlemen, more living history.
It's wonderful to see the B-17. Sally B.
20 years old.
So, ladies and gentlemen, from the right, the B-17 and B-25, in commemoration of those 79,000 Allied aircrew, Sally B. Serena. gentlemen, and get a hold of the Sally B Charitable Trust or Sally B Supporters Club. Look up www.sallyb.org.uk, and in fact, Ellie's coming over to have a word with Brendan.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're incredibly lucky because I've just been joined by Ellie Sallingboe, who is the one and the only person that has driven hard over many, many years to keep this aircraft flying. And I'm going to give the mic to you, Ellie, and just tell us a little bit about what you try and do and how long you've been doing it and where and why.
Right, Mike, as Brendan said, my name is Ellie Sallingboe. I'm the operator of this aircraft and I have been looking after it. I'm the guardian of it and I've been doing that for the past 40 years. Mind you, I was only 4 when we started, so that makes it quite unique. Now, if you look at Sally B now coming across, look, that is a huge aircraft. And you have to remember that that has been kept flying in this country for all that time, only by the help of all you people who help us by giving donations, join the support club. You love it, you're with us, and I want to thank you all for that and for coming here today to see us fly. And I would like to thank the operators, the organizers for having us. That machine is huge. Just look at it, and it has been kept flying. But with no official help for many, many, many years. Thank you all.
Ellie, tell us, how did you get involved in the first place? I mean, it's an extraordinary aircraft. How did you get involved?
I had a very close friend called Ted White, and he, unfortunately, he was killed in Malta 36 years ago now, and when he died, he left it to me to keep it flying. And this I have done with my U-15. We have kept that flying for all this time since then. It's still here, and we are very proud of that achievement.
Well, I think, Ellie, it's a wonderful sight in the sky.
For everybody else. Thank you again.
Thank you, Ellie. You have done a fantastic job. You continue to do a fantastic job. On behalf of a lot of people at air shows, thank you very much.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I say that too, and I'm so glad that we had Ellie here, quite by chance, to come and talk to us. So, Melvin, we're looking around and looking for... there's a man in a red suit over there.
Oh yeah, he'll be talking to us shortly. But meanwhile, we have the B-17 still coming around. B-17 was designed as a maritime patrol bomber. America saw its threat as coming by sea. It didn't see the need for a strategic bomber to fly into other countries. So the aircraft had to be adapted and modified to be able to become a bomber that flew in hostile skies. It had nowhere near the defensive armament it had later when it was first flown. It also had a relatively small bomb load. And of course the American idea of flying in tight formation with covering crossfire in daylight meant a large number of these aircraft were shot down. Of course, RAF bombers were doing the night offensive. They were flying in a loose stream at night. So less able to protect themselves by crossfire, but less easy to find. This is a B-17G, and it owes its survival to use with the French. Sadly, he was lost in a crash in Malta, and that is why the inner right-hand engine cowling is in black and yellow checks, as that were the colours on the nose of his helmet, and it's in commemoration of him. The B-17 such as this, the B-17G such as this, had 2 guns in the nose firing off either side of the transparency, 2 guns of that in the turret, 2 more guns behind it. So ladies and gentlemen, that smoke is in commemoration of the 79,000 Allied aircrew that were lost over Germany. Ladies and gentlemen, Sally B and her wonderful supporters team. So just to remind you again, ladies and gentlemen,
Was right, tail low, tail high. The B-17 coming into land, and again, the great photo opportunity there, down sun.
now the aeroplane being flown by Peter Kuipers. Yeah, a little bit tail low, isn't it? Oh, but then pushing, keeping that tail up.
Typically to judge that one, Melvin.
No, yeah, that's a 6 of one and half a dozen of the other,
Yeah,
isn't it?
I think so, yeah.
So, ladies and gentlemen, please once again give Sally B and her wonderful supporters team a massive round of applause. Thank you.
What a show, fantastic.
So she's taxiing back. We can also see the...